City Council is considering an urban core development authority to help address the racial disparities in predominantly black neighborhoods, but especially those on the north side. It would be funded by a gas tax increase. City Council member Aaron Bowman joins us via Zoom this morning. Appreciate you being here. So the mayor seems pretty optimistic about this, says he needs some more information, but he sounded yesterday during his news conference like he's on board.
Well, I hope so. This is a hard one not to be on board, and we just need to work through the mechanics of where this will be located, how it will be operated, what will be the authority. But we certainly need the administration involved with their public works departments and others. So yes, that's an encouraging sign.
There are some people who yesterday said, look, this has been delayed for 52 years. It's been a long time in coming, and the time to act is now. We can't wait any longer.
Yes, I drive through there all the time, and over the last year, we've had 15 residents of Jacksonville on a charter revision committee to look at what we need to do better. How do we do what we said we were going to do when we consolidated? And they came out strong, saying we have neglected this area for infrastructure, for investment. People are leaving. People aren't proud of the area. It doesn't have the resources. And so it's time to change that. And I want every place in Jacksonville for people to feel safe. They're proud of where they live, and they have access to everything they need. So that's what this program does.
You mentioned charter revision. The opportunity for that only comes about once a decade, once every 10 years. So the timing is really fortuitous.
It really is. But I will tell you, I've been watching the Charter Revision Committee now for a year on their deliberations and debate. And yes, their final report came out a little over a week ago. So the timing is impeccable, and they're spot on. So yes, a lot of planets aligned at the same time to make this a discussion that we can move forward with.
And I think people need to understand that economic development and public safety are not mutually exclusive.
You're absolutely right. I do economic development, and I work with companies all the time that are interested in Jacksonville, and it's difficult to get them to commit to move into an area that they don't feel safe. There's not places to eat. There's not places to get gas. It's hard to get in and out. So once we get the infrastructure up and running and moving, it'll start attracting people, and I think it will take off, but we've got to light that spark first.
You know, lighting that spark, that's the hardest thing, and setting up the authority. Politics often gets in the way. How quickly do you think this can get up and running, and how quickly can the council react?
I think the emphasis is there. I think you saw yesterday, a lot of my colleagues have already spoken out saying they support this. Certainly no one likes taxes, an increase in taxes, but the status quo we have to address, and this is a very good way to do that. We are in the middle of getting ready to change administrations at our council leadership, and so that gives me a little bit of time, but the gas tax can be approved by council with a majority vote +1, so I need 11 people to vote positive out of 19 on that. I think we can get there, and the legislation to create the authority will go through the normal cycle as well, approved by council. Of course, then we'll have to start getting an executive director, where we're going to put them, find a board. So it's going to take a while, but the legislative process, I think, could be done by early August, and if I wanted to push it quicker, we might even be able to do that. But that's kind of the schedule right now.
Well, the city's waited 52 years, so early August doesn't seem that far off. Councilman, we'll follow the progress right here on News4Jax. Appreciate your time on this Friday morning. Weather.